'Twas the night before Christmas in this small town of Bel Air. All the people in town were prepared for a great Christmas that year. All except for one. Some didn't believe in this man. Many laughed and stuck their nose up at such an outrageous idea of a creature known as Lil Pump. He was said to live off a diet of a purple drink known as lean and nothing but the finest THC. That his bars were so flame, yet his heart was filled with nothing but shame and hate. One might ask yourself, oh why does this little pump man love to hate? Now, nobody knew for sure. Some say his pants were one size too large, that all he would need is a belt of sorts. Yet, Lil Pump could never find a belt that fit his criteria. Years of dealing with this loose-feeling pants situation only enraged Pump more and more. Soon, he stopped performing altogether. There would be no DeRose no more. See, Lil Pump didn't live down in Bel Air with the rest of the hype beasts. No, he lived on top of a very famous mountain, dubbed the name SoundCloud. Year after year, Lil Pump grew more tired of the cheery townspeople. Watching them each year with their new shoes, designer belts, iced out grills, and Yeezy 350 boosts only irritated him more and more, until he finally snapped. Standing on top of the edge of Mount SoundCloud, Lil Pump screamed, "Esket it! I can't take it anymore. These damn hype beasts with their Supreme hoodies think they are so much better than me. Nobody's better than Lil Pump." He chuckled, continuing, "I'm going to take Christmas this year. I'm going to steal it from every single hype beast, from every single home in Bel Air." The young Harvard graduate was off on his plan. He was going to dress like old Saint Nick, break into every home, and steal Christmas that year. With the help of his dog named Clout, Lil Pump made his new Santa Claus outfit. He dyed his hair an almost powder white. He waited in the parking lot of a nearby mall for the guy who takes pictures as Santa to walk to his car. Lil Pump proceeded to jump the poor old man, taking his whole Santa Claus outfit. Though it was a loose fit, the boy almost looked the part. He turned his Bugatti into his Santa sleigh and put a little red dot nose on his dog, Clout. The hour had struck midnight, meaning it was time to carry out this devious plan. "Esket it!" he screamed. "Esket it! My time is now! Come, Clout, we have much work to do." Just like that, Pump took off in his Bugatti, screaming "Ho ho ho" all the way. The first few homes were easy. Pump would just slide down the chimney and take every gift under the tree. He would go one by one to each stocking hung up and took everything inside. One stocking was even filled with nothing but bars of Zans. Another was empty, just had Supreme written on the front. House after house the young man robbed. By the end of the first hour, he must have already taken nearly 50 pairs of Yeezys. One home was a lot harder than the others. He had no idea the home he was about to take Christmas from was owned by none other than Gucci Mane himself. Lil Pump almost didn't escape that place with his life. Hours and hours of major home invasion later, and Lil Pump was nearing the end of his crime spree. Just one house left to go. It wasn't the nicest house in Bel Air. In fact, compared to the other lavish homes, it was quite poor looking. That didn't matter to Pump though. He was set on his mission to ruin Christmas that year. Pump slowly climbed down the chimney, which led down to the small house below. The smell of fresh lean still sticky on his lips. Though when he got down to the bottom, he noticed something different about this place. The tree was not nearly as nice as the others. It wasn't tall and beautiful. but more so small and weak. Instead of dozens and dozens of gifts that laid under the other houses' trees, this one just had 3 neatly wrapped presents. "This can't be," he said to himself. "Christmas in Bel Air is never this small. No matter, I'll take what I can nonetheless." Just as Pump was placing the first gift into his bag, a small voice came from the far side of the room. Hello? Is someone there?" the voice called out. In a fast 180, a startled Pump said, "Get it, who's calling me?" That's when he noticed the young-looking girl in her early 20s standing on the other side of the room. She was dressed in Christmas-themed pajamas and seemed still half asleep. "Santa, is that you?" asked the young girl. Shocked at her stupidity, Pump nodded and said, "Why, yes, it is me, good Saint Nick, here in the flesh and bones." The girl's face lit up with glee. "Oh wow, Santa, it really is you." The woman ran over to Pump and gave him one great big hug. Pump, who was still in a state of shock, asked the girl, So young lady, what might your name be exactly?" She stopped hugging him and looked up, saying, "I thought Santa was supposed to know everyone's name, and if they've been bad or good. Are you sure you're actually Santa Claus?" Sweat rolled down his forehead as he exclaimed, "Why yes, of course I am. But see my dear, Santa isn't as young as he used to be. Things tend to slip my mind from time to time." The girl smiled. "Okay, Santa, I guess that makes sense. Well, my name is Thotty Lou Who, but most people just call me Thotty Lou." "Well, hello there, Thotty Lou. It's been a great pleasure meeting you, but Santa has much work to do. How about you run back upstairs and go to sleep?" "But Santa," the girl asked, "why are you putting our gifts into your bag?" Pump began to stutter over his own words. "See, I was just going to exchange them for better gifts. Since you've been such a good girl this year, Santa decided to move you up on the special nice list." "Okay," the girl said, still smiling. "But aren't you going to finish the milk and cookies I left out for you?" "Oh, no," chuckled Pump. "Santa is on a strict diet these days. Plus the only thing I drink is purple and comes in a styrofoam cup." "Wait just a minute now," the girl continued. "The only person who I know drinks something like that is that mean old Lil Pump who lives on Mount SoundCloud. You know, the ones whose pants never seem to fit in just right. Pump, is that you?" Pump's heart now racing. "Why, no, of course not. It's me, Santa. That mean Lil Pump is all the way up in his home, very far from here. Now, Thotty, you really should get going back to sleep. Santa has much work to do." "Okay, Santa, if you say so." Just like that, Thotty Lou was back upstairs, fast asleep. Lil Pump quickly loaded her gifts into his bag and took off as fast as he could, racing down the streets in his tricked-out sleigh, chuckling to himself all the way. Lil Pump made his way all the way back home on top of Mount SoundCloud. He gathered all of the Christmas gifts he had taken from the hypebeasts of Bel Air and put them all in one big pile. Then, taking a gallon of lean, he drenched all the gifts. Just as he was about to set them aflame with his lit backwood, he heard something, or rather someone, crying out his name. "Lil Pump, no, you can't do this," cried Thotty Lou. Pump rolled his eyes and said, "Get it, girl, get back. I know what I have to do." "But why?" she continued. "Why do you have to do this, Pump? What did we all ever do to you? Why do you have to be such a freaking Grinch?" Pump put his head down and said, "For years, I've lived up here, watching you all. Watching you dress in fancy clothes, with your designer brands, as I sit up here in my own sorrow, with pants too loose to even walk in. If I can't have a good Christmas, then nobody can." Just like that, Pump was seconds away from lighting all the gifts on fire, truly ruining Christmas for everyone. "Wait," cried Thotty, "I got something for you." "Lies," Pump yelled, spit flying out of his mouth. "Nobody ever gets me anything." Thotty walked up to him. "Well, I'd figured it was you the moment I heard your voice in my home. I actually used to be the biggest Lil Pump fan. Oh well, I got you this." Thotty placed in his hands a brand new Gucci belt that had the words Gucci Gang written on the sides. A single tear rolled down Pump's face. But why? Why give me something after I take Christmas away from everyone, including yourself? Because, silly, Christmas isn't just about getting gifts. It's about doing something for others, out of no self-interest besides doing something kind from the heart. Everyone knows your pants never fit, so I thought I'd get you a belt that maybe you'd like. Pump's face lit up with a great big grin. It had been so long since he had last smiled that his facial muscles almost had issues doing so. "Thotty, this is the nicest thing anyone has ever done for me.